everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Hecht Creative. Today we're going over some MCU Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 figures from Marvel Legends. Before we begin, make sure to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Now let's get to it. A very early basic prototype of Star-Lord's head, Chris Pratt looking-ish. More like I think Johnny Depp in a way for some reason, I'm not sure why. The hair is a mess. In a good way though, looks nice. I just wish the face were better. Articulation is fair, at least for this head. But yeah, it could look way better, especially by today's standards. The body looks really nice. The weathering on the coat is phenomenal. I'll give it points for that. It's really nicely done. I love how it looks. It's super cool. Also, the backpack is really nice. You can take it off and use it for other characters. It's an amazing piece. I like the gold buckle too. And the body is barely any crunch back and forth and pretty good swivel. The arm articulation is pretty standard. We've seen this before. It's stuff that all figures have, I guess, and it works pretty well for both arms. The legs aren't really much to look at underneath the coat. The coat is more important and better looking than the legs. I do like these little rocket packs on the sides though. They're pretty neat and it just looks cool, I think. And the legs have pretty fair articulation. The coat really hinders it though. However, you can get some good posing. Outside of that, it's pretty okay and needs a boot swivel, but it's fine, I guess. Star-Lord comes with the orb as well as a head that can swivel around and go up and down pretty well. It's just okay on this head. It looks fine, I guess. I did like the mask way better than the other head. I might keep it this way, honestly. And he comes with a pair of headphones to listen to his awesome mix. And as far as kit bashing goes, these blasters work fine from Guardians of the Galaxy 3 for this figure and look pretty cool on him while he's using his headphones. I find myself using this head from the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 Star-Lord, and it looks really great. Pretty okay likeness for Chris Pratt at least, but it looks like a younger version of him, I would think. It goes back, forward, swivel, and fits really nicely on the ball. And he looks pretty good with the headphones too. I really love this head sculpt for Drax. They really captured Dave Bautista's likeness very well on this figure. It's very articulated too, and I like how it looks pre-special printing they've done. It's really nice and super cool. The body is painted very well, covered in tats. The articulation is nice too. It's standard once again for this figure. We've seen this many times before, but I do find it to be really nice on all the paint, especially the back. Gorgeous. And the legs are your standard Marvel Legends articulation, working out fine, I would guess. A little bit loose over time, but it's pretty neat. No boot swivel still, and that's just okay for these legs. In his boots, there are these knives you can place into his hands very easily, and they just look awesome with him wielding them. This is a repaint of the Groot Build-A-Figure with nice articulation for the head sculpt and looking pretty good. I do love the wash on this body. Nice green wash complementing the brown. It's so well done and looks amazing for Groot. The body looks very similar. If you've seen my Guardians of the Galaxy 5-pack review, I really love this body. It's very well done. The green wash in it looks amazing. The articulation is awesome too. Same exact thing from that, but showing it off here, it's very nice even if it's a little bit rubbery. And the legs I wish had a little bit better articulation. They're just okay for me. I do like how they swivel though at the knees and work out pretty well. He has good articulation there, but it's kind of wonky in places and very strange, but painted really well. And I love this detail at the bottom of his rooted feet. It's so well done. Groot Evolution also comes with some different figures of Groot, hence the name Evolution. The potted plant version from Guardians of the Galaxy 1 at the very end, and then Little Groot or Baby Groot or Small Groot or Tiny Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and they look adorable, all three of them. And different versions of Groot come with different pieces. These parts come from the Infinity War, or at least Avengers version of Groot, and you could put them in his hands, make him look like he's stabbing characters. I could not take these hands off, which is a shame, but this head looks really nice too. It's from the original Build-A-Figure, and the color difference is very negligible. I really love how this looks. You can go left and right, up and down, and all the way around. It looks awesome on this body, especially if you're going for the first Guardians of the Galaxy Groot. Let's check out some more Guardians of the Galaxy 1 figures right after this. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also click the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. The Collector is a really enigmatic figure, but I really love how this Benicio del Toro head sculpt works out. Looks amazing from every single angle, and the hair is phenomenal. A really incredible figure with nice articulation, and yeah, you can kind of see it a lot on this figure, but it works out really well, I think. The body has some really nice detail, but it is enshrouded in this really well done cloak. What is it, a zebra or something? But anyways, you can take the cloak off. There is a peg for it. The articulation is nice, but you don't really want to use it that much just because this is a very exclusive figure and it really is better looking with that cloak. That being said, articulation is pretty fine, I guess, with different versions of it on each hand. So yeah, pick and choose your arm how you want to articulate. It's all different, but the articulation is very nice as well. I do love these beads. They're really nice and done, and it's mostly black from here on down. Split legs that work out fine. Everything is just good with this figure and very competent, except for the shoes, kind of, I would think. But it's really well done, I believe, for this figure, and super nice. It's good. The collector also comes with a begoggled head as well as a new version of the orb in a much shinier color. Looks amazing, but very hard to fit in his hand unless you pry it open and use this cuff as a balance point. But yeah, it's really difficult to get on. The goggled head he has on is really interesting. It's the same as before, but the goggles have a really nice wash on them. They look very old and very mechanical. I love how the head articulates too. It's really nicely done. These goggles are great, especially when he's looking at the orb. Ronan the Accuser is a really nicely done figure. I love everything about this figure. The character is just okay. The actor is amazing. I love his stuff he's in, especially on TV, but the head is okay. My biggest problem with this is that it's stuck to the shoulder pauldrons. Can't really move. Horrible design decision, Hasbro, why you made it like this. Just plain awful. Terrible. The body looks even weirder, very blocky. You can go back and forth with it and left and right. The paint is really nicely done. The sculpt is really nicely done. The articulation really suffers in this figure though. You can barely move his arm up. You can swivel this a little bit, move this up a tiny bit pretty much, and swivel and then hinge that pretty well, at least. Well in the arms too. But yeah, just fine. I do like how there's paint on the back though. He's very hidden by these kind of snake looking things, these big ties. I'm not sure what they are, but yeah, strange body. And the legs again look really nice, except they're just strangely articulated. You do go out this far, not really that much because of this thing, the skirt piece going up and back, not really that far, and then up just all right. On this, I would guess you do get a swivel up here, and then no swivel down here, and then down and up, and pivot and peg holes. But yeah, it's just a really weird body with a really great sculpt and paint and actor. Ronan the Accuser, of course, comes with his hammer on a stick, and it's just amazing. I love the details on the hammer. There's little weathering everywhere, and the power stone is, of course, in the center. On the other side, there is no stones. You can have it either way. It looks great, though, and really well done for this piece. The staff part is nice, too, but the hammer part that smashes is where it really shines. And as far as height comparisons goes, Star-Lord stands at about 6 inches tall, with Drax at around 6.5 inches tall, Groot at around 8 3/4 inches tall, with the Collector at about 6 inches tall, 6 1/4, and Ronan at around 6.5 inches tall. Overall, we are Groot. While not my favorite Guardians movie, I really like the first one. It's very unique. It brought the funny director-led brand into the MCU, and I don't think it's left since. All the characters in the movie are unique, just as their action figures are. Star-Lord has some really nice paint as well as sculpting. However, I do think the head sculpt is letting me down, but kit bashing it really helps out the figure. I can't believe that Hasbro pulled off Drax as well as they did. This is an excellent figure that has some great sculpt, paint, and articulation. I really love how he looks. I think he could use a pair of fists, maybe a screaming head. We have a different figure for that. The Groot Evolution, as always, is an amazing figure with some great accessories. However, I do feel like his hand should be able to pull out, and his legs need better articulation. The Collector has some really great pizzazz. I love how this figure looks. This is probably the only time we're going to see him, and I think they did a great job on him. As is Ronan. We're not going to see him again, but I appreciate the figure, even if there is a horrible misstep in articulation, and the paint and sculpt are amazing, but I do think that he could have been done better. If you're a fan of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, you probably already have these figures, but if not, I would highly recommend getting Drax and the Groot Evolution figure. There have been better versions of Star-Lord, and I think that the Collector as well as Ronin may be pricey on the aftermarket. But make no mistake, with Volume 1, you're having fun. So which Guardians of the Galaxy 1 figure here is your favorite? Or is it Gamora and Rocket? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Hecht Creative. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also visit us at jessehechtcreative.com for more reviews like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and keep being creative. Stay tuned.